Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Ako po si June Cruz at isang malaking karangalan po na ako'y makapagbahagi sa inyo tungkol dito sa ating topic about conjugal communications, or basically how to conduct a one-to-one, how to conduct a couple dialogue. Ako po ay uh, married for 30 years, going 30 years. I am married to Marion Abiva Cruz, a very intelligent, very passionate, very articulate, very lovely, and faith-filled wife. Kaya masayang-masaya ako na sinuwerte siya sa pagkapangasawa sa akin. Kasi po talagang opposite attracts. Yeah. Okay? So, ang isa-share po namin sa inyo basically is, ang isa-share ko sa inyo basically is our experience of the 30 years of our desire and our struggle in coming up with a one-to-one, a regular and faithful weekly one-to-one as husband and wife. And basically, dahil maiksi po ang time ko ngayon, ifo-focus ko po sa 5 C, ito, 5 C's, which basically is communication, coordination, consolation, conflict resolution, and commitment to the relationship. Actually, mahaba pong discussion to, but I know that this is the only time that we have together. So allow me to just share to you a bit of our experiences. Communication. Alam niyo po, nagsisimula akong in my walk with the Lord. Okay. At the age of 16, I decided to really give my life to the Lord, develop a relationship with the Lord. And in developing a relationship with the Lord, it was clear I need to have a daily prayer time, because prayer is communication with God. Kaya lang po, may struggles ako na ang hirap na hindi ka naman sanay na nagpe-prayer time, na meron kang parang routine na ini-establish sa buhay mo, that in many times, nami-miss ko, hindi ko nagagawa. So at some point, sabi sa akin ng aking parang leader, bata rin naman yun, 16 years old ako, siguro siya mga 16, 17 years old lang, sabi sa akin, Jun, ikaw ba kapag bago ka mag-prayer time, ipinagdadasal mo yung prayer time mo? Sabi ko, pinagdadasal ang prayer time? Sabi niya, hindi, kako niya. Pagdasal mo, bago ka pa magdasal in your appointed meeting with the Lord, nasa jeep ka pa o papasok ka pa lang ng bahay or magsisimula ka pa lang, sabihin mo na sa Panginoon, Panginoon, basbasan mo naman po itong pagkakataong ito na ako'y lumalapit sa iyo, that it might be free from distraction, that my spirit may really be attuned in you, and make it really a very, very fruitful communication with you. Bakit ko po kinukwento yan? Sapagkat po ang ating communication with our spouses is a spiritual activity. It is a spiritual exercise. Tanong ko sa inyo, kayo ba nagdadasal bago nyo kausapin mga asawa nyo? Yan, mag-uusap na kami. Lord, tulungan mo ko. Okay? Sabi nyo, hindi. But it is a time for us to understand that the moment we decide to really spend some time to build a relationship with our wives, basically through communication, it is a prayer. Okay, communicating with our wife, especially in a couple dialogue, is a spiritual exercise. At yun po yung una namin ginagawa. Una ko pong ginagawa bago pa kami mag-meeting ng asawa ko, Lord, usap kami ni Marion today in our one-to-one, or pag magsisimula kami, let's turn to the Lord for a while, let's offer this time with the Lord, believing that our one-to-one communication, our marital and conjugal relationship will grow in communication because God is there within us. Communication. And then we need to really find this time established in our lives because of coordinating issues. Habang lumalaki po ang mga bata, habang dumadami ang mga concerns natin, mga responsibilities both in work and in service, kailangan po properly coordinated ang mga yan. And therefore, hindi pwedeng nabibigla na lang tayo na, meron pala tayong gagawin. So, hindi ko alam yan. Okay? So, part of the discussion that we will be having, or we have been having in all our meetings would be, schedule naman, schedule. Okay? because we need to make sure that our schedules are aligned with our own work, with our own activities, and with the activities of the children. Mamaya po himayin po natin yan. And then also, for consolation. Pag po nag-uusap kami, kailangan yung mindset ko bilang lalaki is, ito bang asawa ko habang nagkukwento, is she looking for a solution to her concerns, a solution to her problem, or naghihinga lang siya, or nag-share lang siya? Is she after consolation or a solution? Kasi po madalas kapag nagkukwento yung mga asawa natin, especially kung magkwento yan sa atin, very raw yung mga emotions, no? Para bang naapektuhan tayo, para bang ang laki-laki ng mga problema. Ang tendency natin is, ganito ang gagawin mo, ha? May solution ka agad. Na hindi naman pala naghihintay ng solusyon. Naghihintay lang pala ng makikinig sa pinagdadaanan niya at kanino pa naman siya magbibigay, mag-share ng mga nararanasan niya na mga damdamin that most of which are very strong, okay? And she is able to express it in the raw. At the same time, one-to-ones like this is an opportunity for conflict resolution. Ibig sabihin, maganda na alam naming mag-asawa na kapag may mga maliliit kami o kahit malalaking issues, hindi naman kailangan araw-araw pag-usapan. Hindi naman kailangan pag may bawat issue ano nga pala nangyari kanina? May mga bagay na makapaghihintay, especially mga bagay na napaka-importante that will require a lengthier time to discuss and share and to listen. So alam namin na hindi man mapag-usapan yung mga maliliit naming issues o malaki man, mayroon kaming nakaset na time each week to resolve if there are issues. More so, alam namin na hindi po pwede kung kailan na lang matutulog ka na lang sabihin, nagalit ko siya kanina. Yan. Ha? Kasi ganyan-ganyan. Love, pwede ba, may meeting naman tayo bukas ng hapon, pwede ba bukas na natin pag-usapan yan? And assured naman siya na pakikinggan siya o assured naman ako na makakapag-usap kami. But most importantly, setting a one-to-one meeting with our spouses is a show of commitment to the relationship. Na talagang kailangan bantayan, kailangan palaguin, at kailangan pagyamanin itong relationship na to that will never happen if there is no set terms, ways, and opportunity to communicate. Now, nagsasalita po ako ngayon sa inyo, but most of what I'm going to say now will be directed to the men. Okay? Alam ko may mga kababaihan naman nakikinig din sa atin. Pero ang sinasabi ko, yung pinanggagaling ko bilang isang lalaki, because in a relationship of husband and wife, kailangang klaro sino ba ang nagte-take ng lead. And the husband should take the spiritual leadership in the family. Hindi po negotiable yan. Okay? Hindi po negotiable yan. Yung mahirap man at napakahirap talaga for the men to take the spiritual leadership in the family. Especially, magagaling yung mga wives natin. Especially, very articulate sila. Especially, kadalasan, mas tama sila or yung mga intuition nila mas nagkakatotoo. Okay? But still, the leadership, the spiritual leadership in the family is in the shoulder of the man. And that is why I'm talking to the men. At kung nandito po yung mga wives, diskartihan na lang ninyo kung paano yung masasabi kay husband, uy, may nagpapatawa dun sa talk namin kanina. Nakakatawa siya. Panuorin natin. Yan. Okay? We start. What would be the main goals of this weekly one-to-one that you want to develop, or for some you are going through in your life as husband and wife? And it's basically to develop the intimacies. Alam naman natin that this is the closest relationship that we will ever have in our lifetime. But the intimacies that we have are varied. At hindi po pwedeng hindi natin mabigyan ng tuon yung iba't ibang mga intimacies that are proper to men and women. Again, isang mahabang session po ito about developing the 5 intimacies. Meron daw pong tinatawag na social intimacy. Meron yung cultural intimacy, spiritual intimacy, physical intimacy, emotional intimacy. But all of these things we're mentioning to you because we want to make sure that as we have our one-to-one with our spouses, we are trying to strengthen the relationship, this very intimate relationship that only the two of you have a right to. And therefore, kailangan natin ma-develop yan. How? Ito na po yan. It is basically a decision to have a weekly dialogue. Bakit po weekly? Kasi kapag hindi ka nag-set ng weekly, sinabi mo, oh, twice a month na lang, okay? At pumalpak yung isang schedule mo, hindi mo nagawa yung pangalawang, yung isang schedule mo, isang buwan na kayong hindi nagkausap. Okay? Pero kung weekly, okay, sumabit ka man sa isang week, sabihin natin, ako, busy-busy tayo, next week meron tayo. But more than that, it is the establishment of a pattern, establishment of a priority, to the point that you put it on your schedule and you block it every Friday evening, every Saturday morning. At through the years, nagbabago-bago po yan. No? Kami ngayon, Thursday naman na ang aming one-to-one. At pag hindi natuloy ng Thursday, sabi natin, hindi ko kain Thursday, pwede ba bukas i-schedule kagad natin? But it's basically setting it as a blocked, okay, blocked schedule in your time together. And it is the husband who takes the lead. It is the husband who say, one-to-one tayo sa Thursday? Pwede ka ba sa Thursday? Hindi. Kailan ka pwede? Friday. Friday tayo. Friday, brunch tayo. Okay. So, it's the husband. Siya yung nagseset kasi malaking bagay sa mga wives natin na alam nila that we are putting priority for this meeting, a priority for her. Nava-value siya. Gusto niya itong one-to-one na ito. Gusto niya itong communications na to. And therefore, tayo dapat, it is a show of love. Now, of course, may mga lalaki napakahina sa ganyang mga pagseset ng schedule. Kung talagang weakness mo na yan, na talagang hindi mo kaya, makiusap ka na sa wife mo, sabi mo, love, ako naman ang magli-lead itong meeting na to, but may problema ako sa scheduling, pwede ba? Yung pag-follow up lang, pag-schedule, pag-remind, pakitulungan mo ako. Okay? So, mag-agree kayo. Okay? But again, it is very helpful for the man to know na siya ang may responsibility dito, and he leads the meeting. He sets and reset pag hindi natuloy. He reminds and he prepares the agenda. May agenda syempre, ito hindi yung pag-uusapan natin. Okay? Syempre iniisip mo rin, ano kaya ang sasabihin ni wife? Ano kaya ang dapat nating ayusin? Because part of this meeting is coordination. Meron kayong mga i-coordinate. Ikaw mo mismo may schedule ka at alamin mo rin ang schedule niya at ang mga priorities nyo for the coming week and especially for the coming days na may mga special events kayo. Saan kayo magmi-meeting? Of course, magmi-meeting kayo doon sa mga lugar naman na makakapag-usap kayo, tahimik, tumaas man ang boses nyo kung minsan, hindi naman nakakahiya. Of course, kung kaya nyo mag-usap sa mga restaurant o may mga places na makakapag-share kayo ng mga thoughts ninyo, mga feelings, you go ahead. But it doesn't have to be a very expensive place. The important it is a conducive place for you to communicate. Okay? So, kailangan po napaghahandaan yan. And it is the husband who sets the tone of the discussion. Always mindful of bringing it back to a comfortable atmosphere. Bakit po? Kasi po, minsan nauwi sa away. Yung iba pong mga husbands, ayoko nakikipagawan to, nauwi lang sa away. Tayo yung maglilid ng tone. Kaya kailangan matuto ng tumawa. Pag nagsishare sa mo, talaga, oh grabe, oh talaga. Okay? And we just need to listen and we need to appreciate. We don't need to be defensive because it is just a time to share and to listen to one another. Dito po lalabas din yung maturity natin bilang mga lalaki. Madaling mag-init ang ulo natin. Okay? Madali tayong ma-agitate. Okay? Kanina nag one-to-one po kami. Medyo, nung may napakamot ako gano'n, sabi ko, ano, Tapos sabi niya, pwede ba wag kang nagkakamot? Eh, ay, ayoko pag nagkakamot ka, para bang galit na galit kayo. Sabi ko, pasensya ka na, Makati talaga eh. Parang but again, it reminds me that yes, there are things that I should really be ready to become because I am committed to this relationship and I need to take care of the tone of the discussion para po may marating. It takes time, it takes courage, it takes decision, pero kaya po natin yan. This is different from a date. Hindi yung, nagde-date naman kami, nag-uusap naman kayo araw-araw sa kotse. Iba po yung date ninyo, iba yung nag-uusap kayo habang naghuhugas ng plato o okay, this is a time when you will sit together, you know that you are sitting together, you are going to talk as husband and wife and discuss things that are so important in your relationship. Paano ang gagawin? Ano nang gagawin pag upo? Mga simple tips. Number one, okay? Pag upo na ninyo, okay, one to one na tayo, okay, ready? Love, yung ano mo, yung cellphone mo, pakipatay mo na rin muna, kasi baka ma-distract tayo. Okay? So let's start with the prayer. Sige, magdasal kayo. Ha? Offer, right? Simple prayer ko eh. Lord, thank you for this time together. Allow us, O Lord, to share our lives together, share what you're doing in our personal lives, in the family, and help us, Lord, to plan for the things we need to do. Amen. So talagang kailangan ka lang magdasal again saying that this is a spiritual exercise. And then we begin with affirmation and thanking. Recalling the past week and say, salamat laban na sa mga pagluluto mo, thank you sa pag-alaga sa mga bata, thank you na napakabait mo sa mami mo, thank you. Okay, you just affirm, okay? And then yung wife mo naman would also say naman na papasalamat din, thank you sa ang dami palang ginagawa ngayon, salamat sa asikaso sa mga advocacies na yan. So you just affirm one another and just thank the Lord for each other. And then, pasok na yung mga kumustahan. Kumusta prayer time mo? Nakakapagdasal ka ba? Okay, so magkukwentuhan ka na. O kumusta naman yung studies mo? O yung, alam nyo, gustong-gusto ng mga wives natin, kinukumusta sila. Okay? Yung, kumusta, sumasakit pa ba yung kamay mo? O kumusta ba yung may nararamdaman ka ba? Okay? So, uh, it's a practice that you need to develop kasi uh, talagang gusto nila na you they are top of your mind. Okay? No, naiisip mo sila. Ikaw naman sa dami ng iniisip mo at iba-iba, kung minsan nalilimutan mo na, pero pag magmi-meeting na kayo, kumusta nga pala yung ano mo, yung tumataas pa ba ang blood pressure mo? Parang ganun. So kukumustahin mo siya. And then pagkatapos ng mga kumustahan na yon, okay? You begin now to discuss matters that are in the family. Meron nga pala tayong dapat desisyonan para sa mga anak natin. Ano bang issue natin kay ganito ganyan? O nakapag-enroll na ba siya? Saan ba natin pag-aaralin? Tama ba na ituloy pa natin tong mga ginagawa nilang mga sports, kaya ginagawa nila? Paano natin i-address yung mga issues sa mga buhay nila? Part of that is some pastoral planning or trying to see what's happening in the lives of our children so that when we begin to talk, kung may issue kayo sa mga anak ninyo, dapat nyo, bago nyo kausapin yung anak nyo, napag-usapan na ninyo paano nyo i-address, anong desisyon ninyo, paano nyo i-address, paano nyo kakausapin. Para pag kinausap nyo yung anak ninyo na ang gagaling din magsisagot, hindi yung kayong dalawa nag-aaway. United kayo in your front sa pakikipag-usap sa mga anak nyo in a very loving way. And then dito po ngayon papasok sa family direction. Ano bang gagawin natin this coming Christmas? Ano bang gagawin natin this coming anniversary? Itong pandemic, paano ba natin address yung safety natin? Anong gagawin natin pag mayroong nagkasakit sa atin? Pinag-uusapan po yan. And my wife has a notebook kasi kung minsan may mga desisyon kayo na napag-usapan tapos nakalimutan. Kanina nung mag-meeting kami kanina, syempre pag ano naman, pag-uusapan din yung finances. So inuna ko na, love, ito nga pala yung 15-day sweldo ko. Kasi wala pa yung pang 30th, so ito muna yung 15. Ganun, oo, sabi ganyan. Syempre pag naabutan mo naman ng pang budget na masaya naman si wife, parang gano'n. Pero isusulat niya yun, kailan nga pala ito, parang gano'n yan. Because finances is one very important aspect of relationship. Pinag-uusapan din yan, but again, that's a long topic. Ang point lang is that husband and wife should in this talk about this area in a very detailed way para pareho kayo ng libro, pareho kayo ng nalalaman. Again, malaking issue yan, but in principle, ganyan po talaga yan. Okay? So, and most of the time, it's just a time to really listen to one another and to share with one another. It's already 20 minutes and my time is up. Alam nyo po, ang dami pong dapat pag-usapan. But the point here is this. When I married my wife, I made a commitment to my would-be father-in-law. Pinangako sa kanya, Mr. Abiba, hindi ko man po maibigay ang karangyaan na ibinigay ninyo sa inyong anak. Okay? Isa lang po may ipapangako ko sa inyo. Sabi ko lang sa kanya, dadalhin ko po ang anak ninyo sa langit. At nung sinabi ko po yan at narinig ni Marion yan at kinukwento ko po, naririnig ng mga anak ko yan, alam ni Marion at alam ko at alam ng mga anak namin that my goal in life as a father is to one day bring all of them to heaven. And it will not happen if I will not be taking the lead and if I will not build this communication, this relationship with them. Kaya po yung mga anak namin sanay din sa one-to-one. Wina-one-to-one din namin sila ng mga bata sila. Kahit ngayon po, wina-one-to-one din namin sila pag may mga issues kami or mangungumustahan lang. But 1 week ago, dumating yung isang anak ko at sabi lang, Dad, kumusta ka? Okay naman. Balita ko medyo nalulungkot-lungkot ka raw these days. Wala naman. One-to-one tayo. And she prepared a breakfast for the two of us. And like a counselor, she was listening to me. Yung anak ko na ang nagwa-one-to-one sa akin. I do not know if you understand the feeling of one who is now being cared for by a daughter. Okay? Bakit? Naintindihan nila yung value of communicating and how to do it and how to do the one-to-one. So much so na marinig lang nila na, baka may problema ka ba? O, usap tayo. And she is now, and she offers now this one-to-one at ang ganda-ganda ng kwentuhan namin. My dear brothers and sisters, family planning will not happen if there is no communication. And if there is no good communication, there cannot be happy family planning. Sabi nga nila, happy wife, happy life. Sasabihin ko naman, if you want a happy life, okay, build this relationship, build these intimacies in preparation for the eternal happiness, okay, that God has prepared for all of us. Simulan lang po ninyo. At siguro sa mga dati panahon, magkakakwentuhan pa rin po tayo. The important thing is that this is a spiritual exercise that we want to enter into with the grace of God to build the intimacy of husband and wife by communicating, coordinating, by consolation, doing conflict resolution, and an expression of our commitment to the relationship. Maraming salamat.